last time, as you guys were traveling on the Tribor Trail, you did come across a pair of horses, and signs of what would look to be an obvious battle, as the road was marked with arrows and scuff marks. The pair of horses were kind of milling about. Alba tried to speak out to them, kind of like telepathically, and not really learning much because they're just dumb horses. Uh, Zad or Zadkiel and Fang got out in front to kind of search the area, with Callan kind of recognizing the horses as Gundren and his cohorts, Sildar Hallwinter. But as you realized, it was too late. Goblins from either side of the road in the brush attacked you with a barrage of arrows at the people in front. Battling on the road was tough, as Zadkiel did go down at one point, and a couple of you got a little more than badly injured. Muliquolia kind of stayed in cover of the wagon, but did aid how she could with her divine magics. And as you ended up taking out all of the goblins, you saw one of them trying to flee northward before being strangled by Alby's whip of thorns. Taking a breather here after that, setting the horses aside with your cart along the road, Fang noticed some tracks leading into the woods along the trail northward. Drag marks along it, presumably bodies into the woods along the trail northward. Uh, but you're not sure exactly what it was. And heading along this trail, you saw a few traps that were easy to avoid for you guys, and eventually came to the mouth of a cave some miles away from the road. Coming up with a plan for Zadkiel to act as bait, with the rest of you kind of hidden to your best abilities. He ran forward to shout something into the cave, hoping to draw out goblins, but there were some around the bend of a thick of briars, unseen before, who attacked you all immediately. And killing off these three goblins, as they were ill prepared, was pretty easy compared to your previous encounter with them. Checking in the inside of this cave, you saw a space with three wolves chained up, and worried about them, you did feed them one of the goblin bodies, so they'd at least be occupied. Zad did get bit in the process, but the wolves were occupied. Going a little further, avoiding the wolves, trying your best to sneak up, you saw a bridge over the pathway, the path kind of winding up along the stream. You started heading up and around, heard words of a goblin call out for flood. And as he did, or as they did, a surge of water rushed down the cavern, knocking most of you down the entrance, getting battered along the path as well. Callan and Fang avoided this outcome, but didn't want to be left in the cave alone, and went to go make sure everyone was okay. Everyone was alive, but beaten and wet. Not wanting to head further into the cave in this condition, you all contemplated your choices, opting to rest outside the cave in the kind of blind that the goblins used when you first entered the space. You decided you're going to rest there. And that's where we're going to pick up, with you guys having just come up with that plan. It is late afternoon as the sun is starting to set anyways.
So
What are you guys doing?
we took a short rest, correct?
You took a short
Long
rest at the
rest.
road. You have not taken any rest yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why we're setting up camp, I believe, right?
Oh,
So we're setting
you
up
guys-
the camp and do a long rest.
Yeah, you guys were talking
Yeah.
about resting right outside this cave for like a overnight stay.
Yeah, I think we should do that, but maybe no fire. Maybe just roll out our bedrolls. We're gonna have to keep watch.
I think we're going to have to remove some of the bodies. Maybe bury or drag them into the woods or something. Some of them come outside, they're going to see their pals all smushed.
Ah, that's true.
Just hide them in the bush.
Let's hide in the bush for now. Perhaps we can use another piece of one of them to help with our canine friends that are chained up near the entrance.
As you look around, the thicket
You
in
people,
here
you people.
is
Sorry.
very thick, so you could easily probably hide something. Sorry.
Right,
Look, you two, may I make a suggestion?
Go ahead.
We have bodies of their comrades. Let us desecrate them and put them in front of the cave as a trap. When they come out, it explodes. Or something horrible will happen to them. But
I mean, she got explosive.
that way they know, and we know that when they come out. We don't have to stand here right here.
We could do that, but I ain't got explosives on me.
I'm gonna have to disagree with that idea for right now because we do need to rest. Some of us are badly hurt, and
Please. Sorry.
if we do put the bodies outside, we're looking at going into battle when we wouldn't have fully rested. And I can't take many more hits.
I'm not any better.
I wasn't trying to trigger a battle. I was more of laying a trap so in the night that when they come out, they would investigate their comrades' bodies and we would know it. I wasn't trying to start a fight.
Oh, I misunderstood.
Yeah. All I'm saying is we can leave their bodies in a place that they can see, and when they come to investigate, set up something that then sets off an alarm that we're aware of them.
Um,
Out of character. Don't stand by. I think I have something for that actually. I have to open up my page. Spells. I've got a wee spell that I can use. I can put it on top of them, or we can at least put it at the front of the cave, and that way, if anyone comes in or out of the cave, it'll notify us. It'll ping, wake us up.
oh, so that way, then we could potentially hide the bodies, and we would get an alarm without them becoming immediately hostile. If we did that.
All right.
I like
I'm
it.
gonna do that then. We're gonna hide the bodies, and I'll grab the biggest one, and we're gonna hide them.
Yeah, we'll hide in the bush.
All right, and then I will cast. Good call, Octavia. By the way, I'm not used to this. I'll cast that at the front of the entrance.
What does it look like as you cast this warding magic around the entrance of this cave mouth?
I'd show you them, but I forgot my camera. So he just kind of spins his index finger in the air, and a little silver trail follows the finger, and I just kind of draw a 20-foot cube.
Okay.
And it then dissipates, but it's there.
Fair enough. It does take, I think, like a minute. Yeah, and it takes a minute to kind of just trail around this area. As, yeah, you would see this kind of faint silver outline that as he finishes, it just dissipates.
All right, well set. If anything comes or goes for 8 hours, we'll know about it.
Are you making it an audible or a silent alarm?
Ooh, I'm going to go. Well, if it's silent, does it
It's
like
an alarm.
It would alert you, like mentally.
and only me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put it on silent. Because if it's audible, everyone will, like the goblins might know, and they might, oh, what the, if there's an alarm going off, they're gonna know something's up.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So with that done, at least should we put a fire up now? If we actually is gonna know when they leave. Trying to get something cooking.
I don't know about you, but light and fire usually brings things you don't want. I think if we just
do
sleep
have
close
trail
together in the dark.
rations.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. I'm just gonna try to find something, an animal to eat. I ain't eating any. I need some meat, and those rations are disgusting.
Hey, you can cut yourself a slab off of those wee green fellas.
I I ain't that desperate, Callan. Come on.
Don't knock until you've tried it.
Have
Dude,
you
don't you
tried
remember-
it, Callan?
Yeah, you talk from experience?
He just kind of shies. I keep forgetting I don't have my camera up. He kind of just shies away, turns to the forest a little bit, like kind of like.
So we're all just gonna ignore that. Okay.
Sounds like it.
Alright.
It's up to you. So Fang's gonna go out hunting.
Yep, he's gonna try to find something to eat.
All right. Give me a survival check as you just start kind of looking around the area, the immediate area, for any sign.
18.
With an 18, you do find kind of deep within this area of the thicket a couple of handfuls of berries and odd mushroom here and there.
No animals, no like rabbits or little critters.
Seemingly, you don't hear any sign of animals other than wolf prints going in and out of the cave.
Okay.
And kind of like the trail here, sounds of nature are a little distant. They're there, it's just a little distant.
Probably just grabs a few mushrooms, so that's the only thing he can find. He ain't gonna eat berries.
Fair enough. You can
He
easily
comes back
find
to
enough
camp.
to feed yourself.
All right. So he slowly comes back with a bunch of mushrooms.
Fair enough. And probably like enough berries to feed someone else if you wanted to give anyone else berries. But while Fang is out doing this, is there anything else anyone would like to do? Kind of preparing to bed down out here in this thicket where there's some planks that have been pressed down to flatten the area, this guard post, if you will.
Thad would just start talking about how we should set up some type of visible watch as well, as we rest, just in case something comes from not inside the cave.
All right.
Stephen, what time of day is this?
It's like late afternoon. It's close to evening. Like the sun is starting to set. So in here, the space around or in front of the cave is kind of darkening because there's that kind of cliffside blocking the sun and then trees around the area. So there's this little spot where a little bit of light comes in, but not a lot at this point in time.
Callan would like to create like a tiny little, like almost like a fighting position, like just trying to pull branches in to try to conceal himself for the night.
Yeah, give me a stealth check.
All right.
Trying to hide yourself while for your sleeping position.
Oof. That's a good.
You feel pretty well concealed, especially in this thicket. It's relatively easy to conceal yourself, even from part of the cave mouth area. It's a lot of good hiding spot in here.
If we plan to rest for 8 hours or is it 8? Yeah.
Mhm.
I would be willing to take the first 2 hours as watch.
No, I think you need to rest before. You're probably the most hurt of all of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, nobody's actually getting their sleep until the
Yeah.
rest is ended.
Right.
So it will take
Oh.
that. It takes that full 8 hours for anyone
Yeah.
to get the benefit of the rest.
It depends.
Essentially, 6 hours of it needs to be actually sleeping, and then 2 hours of it can be like taking a watch or doing some idle activity where it doesn't involve strenuous work.
Used to be 6 hours straight, or you could do like.
You could do like 4 and then stay awake for 2 and then go back to sleep for 2 more. So
Okay.
like usually with watches, I usually split it up into 4. watches, unless you want to extend your watch and or your rest cycle, and you have more watches. But essentially, easiest thing is to split it up into 4 and 2-hour shifts, essentially, because you can stand watch while still getting the long rest.
All right, so that affects you. You need to get some rest first. I'll take the first one. You can take the second one if you want.
Sure. We need a third and a fourth. Any volunteers?
I'll take third.
I'll take fourth.
I guess I'm taking a full night's sleep.
Oh. So if I ate the, he's not regaining anything. It's just no.
They're just mushrooms.
Okay. All right. All right. Oh, y'all can go to sleep. I got the first watch.
All right.
I would like to stay up for just a couple of minutes to speak with Fang.
Sure. Yeah.
So Fang, I did you say you understood Goblin? I thought I heard you talking about it while we were in the cave.
Yeah, I do.
Not for nothing, but aren't you from the jungle? Like, do they have these things in your place?
You have no fucking clue. There's a lot of them down in the jungles.
Oh, is that how you got to know them?
Yeah, I kind of was pieing on them from the treetops, and yeah, I learned their language.
Jesus. Why'd you pick them?
Because they were everywhere around my village. They kept attacking us, so
All right, fair enough.
you
Good
just
to know
got
your
curious.
enemy.
Yeah, I just got curious, I guess.
Fair enough, lad. If you ever, get a few moments, I'd love to know a couple of words here and there, or a couple of phrases.
It's kind of hard. It's just gonna. If I tell you, it's gonna sound like just growling.
I'm pretty good at growling. A couple of beers, I'll do it all night.
Mm.
Well, maybe if we ever get back to town and you're drunk, I could probably teach you a few then.
Fair enough, mate. You have a good night's sleep. Well, good night
You
watch.
too.
I'm gonna go get me some shut eye.
All right, you too.
And I would go to bed for a long night.
All right. So for Fang's watch, go ahead and give me a perception check, as you're keeping an ear and an eye out for anything that might come upon you in the night.
16.
All right. With a 16, it's quiet. It, like, again, that sounds of nature, even like owls hooting, crickets chirping, it would be distant from the space, seemingly, and you would know as a nature specialist. A lot of prey animals definitely would stay away from larger predators, and some predators would stay away from larger predators, seemingly knowing that there's a full den of wolves in there. Probably scared away anything. And
Do I hear
also,
the wolves? Like anything inside of the cave?
you would occasionally hear some growling and crunching.
The bones of the goblin.
Yeah. And, flesh tearing, but it's probably the loudest thing would be like the growling and occasional snap of a jaw, but little chains rustling, but like nothing like the chains are coming loose or like the wolves are barking very loudly. But your watch goes by uneventfully. Who do you wake up?
I slowly go to Zad, just step him on the shoulder, like, it's your turn. And he goes into one of the bush and tries to hide himself and go to sleep.
All right.
So yeah, Zad gets up and starts his watch.
All right. Zad kind of takes post. Give me a perception check.
Oof.
All right.
Mm.
With a 6. kind of smells not like the city. It's not what you're used to. Especially with like the dead bodies, you can smell them in the brush not too far off. They're pretty well hidden, but with a 6 perception, you don't notice anything. However, about 30 minutes into your watch, Cowan, you would hear that alarm go off. As you would wake up hearing, bells ringing, but it's only in your head.
I'm sorry, I was muted. I'll roll out and approach Zad. Say, oi, there's so. Go ahead.
Zad just seeing you get up and you looking at his eye, he automatically knows what is. So kind of crouches down to Callan's low. So the alarm went off. Is there anywhere that we could like peek out?
Yeah. There's definitely a spot where you can kind of peek out.
You're a little, and Zad would whisper to Callan, "You're a little sneakier than me, friend. Do you want to take a look?"
All right, have me a look. I'll pull my bow out just in case, and I will sneakily approach the opening and take a looky.
All right. Give me a stealth check.
Check. Come on. This is where I roll the 1. Close.
All right. And then give me a perception check. As you're sneaking around the bend, kind of looking to see what you see. All right, with a 14. You don't see anything until from the bushes across the way, 2 arrows come flying towards you. Getting a 10 and a 16 to hit.
The 16 definitely hits.
As you take 4 points of piercing damage. And you would hear yelling in a goblin tongue, kind of more like screaming, coming from the north side of the cave.
So coming from within the cave, you mean?
So the screaming does come from within the cave, as 2 arrows shot at you from the bushes, and you can see goblins shooting arrows, just piercing, or one of them hitting you in the shoulder, and the other kind of hitting the wall behind you. And you would see another coming from the north, from the cave. And at that point, we're going to go ahead and just go straight to initiative there. And so if everyone will roll some initiative for me. And Isabel, you're going to be showing up here too. As Isabel, you've been walking along this trail and hear noise coming from this cave mouth that you see. And suddenly you see a dwarf kind of creeping out, looking around, and goblins seem to attack him.
Okay, wait, so goblins attacked me?
They attacked a dwarf nearby.
Oh, a dwarf.
Yeah, as you're kind of creeping out of the, there's kind of a footpath that leads to this spot, and you would see a dwarf up here being attacked by a couple of goblins. One of them has a scimitar and shield in hand, while 2 of them have bows kind of peeking out of the brush by the entrance.
Can they see me?
Give me a stealth check.
Oh, nice. Okay. So a stealth check, I would.
Just
Sorry,
click,
y'all.
click.
I'm
You
just
know, you're
getting
good. Just click on your character sheet, and you'll see stealth on the left side underneath your stats.
It should be says skills in a little
And
box.
stealth is near the bottom. It's alphabetical.
Oh, wait. Like near the very, very bottom?
Near the bottom of your skills.
Okay, wait.
So you'll see like tool proficiencies, and it's above that. So it's kind of next to your ability scores and down.
Ability scores. So I have proficiency bonuses. I have.
Yeah, where you
is-
see below the proficiency bonus, if you keep going down, you'll see ability score saves. And then below that, you'll see like acrobatics, animal handling,
Oh yeah.
athletics.
Okay. Sorry, that's my bad.
You're good.
So perception, you said?
Stealth.
Stealth. All right. It's a 3.
So go ahead and click on where it says stealth, and it'll roll a d20 essentially and adding. All right. It's seemingly pretty
Uh,
good. You don't think that they notice you.
Awesome. All right.
And go ahead and at the top of your character sheet, in between armor class and I think your speed, you'll see initiative right above your hit points.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and click where it says initiative. All right. And wow, everyone rolled horribly.
Badly.
Very badly.
Yep.
That is.
I mean, I got an idea for why he's gonna roll up badly.
That makes perfect sense. These goblins are actually going to go first. This one will charge Callan.
Ooh.
Saying something in Goblin as you all are starting to awaken from the slumber, hearing a scream, essentially. This goblin is going to run up to you, Callan, and just kind of slash wildly with its scimitar. Getting a 22 to hit.
Miss.
As you take 4 points of slashing damage.
Oh my goodness.
And these other 2 goblins, so let me see if anyone... I do see Zad. They're going to shoot behind Zad, behind Callan and shoot towards Zad. With their bows, seemingly as their boss. Getting a 7 and a 5 to hit Zadkiel with their bows.
Those are misses.
As they, you just easily just kind of like your shield's ready and clink against them like they were aiming for your shield is what it seemed like. And that'll take us to someone that you guys don't see. And you would see this happening, Isabel, as these 2 goblin shot arrows further into a thicket up here. And this dwarf kind of stepping out, trying his best to defend himself against this goblin that rushed him. What do you do?
So yeah, so they can't see me, but are they within like yelling distance? Like, could they hear me?
Most probably. You heard the goblin screaming.
Okay.
And you
so-
probably you would have heard it say die dwarf, essentially.
Yeah. So I am I do know a thing or two about goblins. So and I tend to be pretty friendly with them. So I'm actually gonna try and talk to the goblin. I'm gonna yell at one of the goblins.
What are
In
you
their
yelling?
in their own language. So I'm gonna yell "Yerzat," which means ceasefire. Hoping that does something. My character is just a little like, Isabel. She's come here.
Fair
I'm
enough.
just wandering around, and I'm seeing these goblins, and I'm familiar with goblins. So I'm like, what's going on? Hey, like, why are we just attacking people?
Give me a say a persuasion check.
Right. Da, 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 da.
As you kind of speak and just tell them to cease fire, they kind of like a couple of them do get their attention. One of them would just kind of shout back, "Stay out of this," in Goblin.
Oh. not very nice. I'm wondering, like,
But you
can I
have
like, yeah, can I talk back to the goblin again?
you got
And
6
I'd be like,
seconds. So
okay,
essentially, you've talked for like 3 seconds or so. You pretty much have
okay,
like a couple of words.
like, you'll stop, you know better. That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll say since you've already tried to persuade them, changing your tone.
I think I'm trying to scare them a bit. Like,
Yeah,
I'm trying to be
yeah.
like, I'm trying to be like,
Uh,
ugh.
how are you present? Because currently you're kind of like in the brush, kind of stepping out of this this kind of pathway. How
So
are you presenting yourself?
So I think like I am presenting strongly, but because of the time of day it is, there has been like 2 watches. I would believe it's pretty dark, so they can't quite see me
Well,
unless
they
they
can see you.
can.
You can't really see
Yeah.
that. You can't see
So
them
I
very well.
yeah, I can't see them really well at all. I hear the noises and I hear them speaking in their dialect. So I'm let's just say I'm not the tallest person. So I'm just trying to sound super tough, let's say. Like, because again, like I can't see anything, so I don't know how many there are.
You
There's
can
just like a lot of
see a
possibilities.
little bit. Like
Okay.
it's still it's dim light. Like I'd say there's some
Okay.
moonlight going
Oh,
on
okay.
here. So it's
Okay.
not like not the best, but
Yeah.
there's a little bit.
Yeah. I think I'd like to raise my voice, but my hands ready on my sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can give me an intimidation check. I'm gonna say at disadvantage though, because you have already tried to persuade
That
them.
is true. Yep. So ooh.
So go ahead and roll me another intimidation. So when you roll with advantage or when you roll with disadvantage, you roll 2 dice and take the lowest.
Okay.
When you roll with advantage, you roll twice and take the highest. But with disadvantage, it's 6. They just kind of scoff at you. And is there anything
Ah.
else Isabel would like to do? Because that would essentially also doing skill checks uses up an action usually.
Okay. Ideally, I'd like to like I've had enough. Like I gave them 2 verbal warnings, and I'd like to start some combat.
All right.
Or get ready to at least start
You
combat.
pull out your sword and you want to move any closer? Or you just holding out where you're at there?
I think I'm gonna move closer.
All right. And you can move your token around by either picking it up and if you want to measure while you have your token picked up, hit the right mouse button. You can pick it up with the left mouse as long as you have your select tool selected. Or you can always use the measuring tool. Can you move that token?
I cannot. I was about to say the left-hand side, the bar is gone. It's not there for me. So, yeah, essentially, I would just like to move up just closer and closer, more towards like the side of the bushes.
Like
Just
the
trying
stream or to where these 2 goblins are up here?
to where the 2 goblins are.
All right. Kind of pulling your sword and just marching forward. You can get
Yeah.
within striking distance if you wanted.
Let's do it. I'm pretty stubborn. So
All right.
let's just do it. I've had enough.
So as you just walk up to these goblins, that will be the end of your turn though, because you have essentially used your action to try and talk to them.
Cool.
All right. And that will take us to Albie, who is kind of laying down on the ground, and you wake up and see Callan getting slashed at and hearing goblins speak from across the way too.
Okay. So Alva startles awake. She's very surprised by the sudden noise and the commotion. And she decides to use her thorn whip.
All right, so you're standing up.
Yep, standing up now.
Everyone's laying down except for Zadkiel and Callan.
Yeah. So I'm gonna use my thorn whip to get this goblin that's closest to Callan.
Okay. Yeah, he's got his shield out. He will have a little bit of cover, but with an 18, that does hit him. Do you want to draw him closer?
Yeah, let's draw him closer.
As you pull him into the thicket, kind of. You can get him, essentially pull him into the thicket. Go ahead and roll damage as you slam him into the thicket, and we'll add 1 to it. For pulling him into this, essentially, patch of briars here.
So roll damage, you said?
Yeah, in the chat window, click where it says Thorn Whip. So you do
Oh, okay.
3 plus 1 point of damage for slamming into the briars there, as this whip just wraps around him and just pulls him and slams into the briars. Anything else for Alba? Or Alba?
I don't know what else I can do.
There's
Can
not
move.
too much else at this turn. Like, if you wanted to move anywhere, position yourself, essentially.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna move a little bit closer to where Callan is.
All right.
Use the arrow keys.
That will take us to Melancholia. As Alvi
Yeah.
moves up a little closer there.
Thank you.
So she's woken up, and I think she only sees that one goblin.
Yeah, and you can hear some other talking and shouting from across the way. A different voice, doesn't sound native goblin.
Mhm.
Coming from across the thicket, kind of shouting across the way.
Yeah, she would use Toll of the Dead on that one that goblin she can see.
All right.
Oh, that's one roll.
Oh, that's right. I got to add that. But he got 18 on his saving throw. As seemingly falls on deaf ears, this loud crashing bell sound. That's it. He's unaffected by it.
Oh, okay.
Anything else for Melancholia?
She would try to crawl into the undergrowth.
Okay. Yeah, you can. You kind of lose vision of everything as you do, but you can easily crawl into there, and like your movement speed is slowed. But yeah, it's dark, and you're very well hidden in there.
And she can still see, though, with her gloom vision.
Not anymore, because that only lasts for an hour.
Oh, okay.
Like, and especially in this thicket, like it's just like brambles and everything's a little bit obscured.
Okay.
And that'll take us to Zadkiel.
Okay, Zad is going to basically dash, giving a look to Alva quickly as he runs past,
Okay.
and he's going to come up next to this goblin here, and he's going to take a strike with his longsword.
All right, kind of stepping into the stream, you would see someone else walking up to 2 goblins with bows drawn, and she's got a big sword in hand. All right, with a 1, kind of as you step into the stream, you suddenly sink an extra foot down as you go in for your swing, as that happens in streams. See kind of not a sinkhole, but a spot that was deeper than it looked. And miss your swing.
Yeah, that's gonna be my turn.
All right, taking us to Callan.
All right. Apparently, that arrow might have pierced a lung or something, because he's coughing up blood and it's all over his beard and it's dripping down. Is the goblin grappled, or is that just from the whip, or is that?
No, it just kind of like the thorns kind of stuck to it and pulled it closer to it. It's not
All right.
not grappled though.
Gotcha. For what? So I'm going to use disengage.
All
So
right.
1,
As you roll out of the way,
3, 4, and 5. And that'll be it for me.
all right, taking us to Fang.
He wakes up and his ears perk, and the goblin that was really not coming from a native, so he's just gonna go and around the bush, staying inside the bush for now, coming around right there and seeing if he can see what's going on there.
So
For
stepping
now.
into the brush does take up extra movement. If you want to try and look through it, you can. But it would take. You would have to dash to get through it,
Well, I can do
or you can do your thing. Your cat
so.
movement thing.
Yeah, I'll do this. He's gonna do this, and
As you jump through the bush, and you got about 15 or so feet after you get out of the brush there.
right. So can I see those two?
You
Or
can.
they're hidden by the. You can. Okay, so
Mhm.
he's gonna take his bow and he's gonna try to hit this one right there,
Fair
the
enough.
closest one to him.
Go ahead and roll me an attack roll with your bow.
10.
10 is going to be a miss, unfortunately, as you
Alright.
quickly drawing your bow, stumbling through the, not stumbling, but charging through the briars here. Arrow kind of gets lost in the brush with the goblins. Anything else for Fang? Because you do have some movement if you want.
For now, he's gonna stay hiding in the bush because he doesn't have much health left.
Now you do have a little bit of cover. I wouldn't say you're hidden per se, but you do have some cover. And this will probably be a good point, as most of you can see, besides Albie and Melancholia. What does this newcomer look like in the moonlight there? It's Isabel.
Oh, is this when I describe myself?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, what do they see?
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah. So yeah. So you can see that I am a human. I've got probably kind of like a black hair. You can see I have some tattoos and some dark, kind of scale armor with a large sword.
Big sword drawn.
Big sword drawn.
Fair enough. Well, that'll take us to these goblins. Fang, kind of right in that bush there, right next to you. Hidden very well. A goblin just kind of stabs up towards you. Getting a 13 to hit, though.
Doesn't. It doesn't hit.
As your cat-like reflexes pounce back and just kind of push away his scimitar with your bow. And these two goblins, seeing this human figure speak to them and then try and intimidate them, they kind of start laughing, drop their bows, and lunge at Isabel out of the bramble, saying, "We don't want you here," in Goblin.
Oh. How's that?
Attacking, getting an 11 and an 8 to hit. As I believe both of those miss you as you expertly deflect their attacks with your great sword.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go in for the attack. And can I yell something?
On your turn, you
as
can.
well? Oh shoot! Sorry. Okay.
Almost. You're almost there.
Yeah,
You're
almost.
right after
I'm almost
them.
there.
There is
Yeah.
one more. That's the only problem with having multiple enemies going at the same time.
Yeah, that's my bad.
There is one more goblin who turns to Zadkiel and goes in for a swing. Actually, No, he'll swing around the corner towards Alvi because she did thorn whip him. He kind of like looks at Zad and kind of like smiles a little bit, snickers, and turns towards Alvi and slashes at her. Getting a nat 1. As it kind of trips, it looks at Zadkiel, kind of snickers, and like as it turns towards Alva, it just kind of trips over a little bit of the bramble there, and kind of as it slashes out, just kind of tumbles forward a little bit. That'll take us to Isabel.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna like, I'm pissed off because they're kind of like making fun of me. So I'm gonna lunge to attack the goblin right in front of me.
To
And
the north or to the east?
to the north.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And am I able to yell something while I do that?
Yeah,
to
you got
try and
essentially every turn or round is 6 seconds. So anything you want to say within 6 seconds, feel free.
yeah. So, and I'm not speaking directly to the goblins, but I know there's other people here, and I'm asking like, what the hell did you guys do? Like, because these guys are so hostile. Like, what did you guys do?
Fair
And
enough.
yeah, I'm just like wondering what's going on. But yeah, I'm gonna try and attack the guy just north of me.
All
And
right.
what
So go ahead and on your to the right of those skills and below the hit point stuff, you'll see attacks. You'll see like your great sword,
Oh yeah.
hand
Okay.
axe. So click on where it says great sword.
Yeah.
All right, with a 15, that will most definitely hit. And in order to do damage, click where it says great sword in the chat window. And it will roll the dice for you for 7 points of damage as you call this out and just swing your great sword towards this goblin, slashing him right across the chest, and he goes slamming into the wall of the cliffside here, not getting back up as you
Yeah.
easily kill that goblin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anything else for Isabel? You still have some movement if you want.
Can I attack the goblin to like the remaining goblin in front of me?
Because if you were to, actually, let me double check, because you do have the great weapon thing. If you can as a bonus action.
Yeah, yeah,
If
let's
you
do it.
yeah, using that same swing,
I'm pretty
cleaving
mad right now.
cleaving into this other goblin, make another attack roll with your greatsword.
So I just press greatsword, right?
Yeah, just like you did
Okay.
the first time.
That
Okay. No.
13. Should we double check something? Because they don't have their shields. Because they had bows out at first. A 13 just hits.
yeah. And then do I click greatsword after that
And
just to
then
get the slashing
and then
damage?
roll
Yeah.
me some damage, yeah. For 14
14.
points of slashing damage. As you cut this one across the chest, using that same momentum and swing, just immediately decapitate this other goblin as his head goes rolling into the river.
Sick. Yeah, I'm really mad. I'm just yelling.
Anything else for Isabel? You can move if you want, run somewhere. You have 30 feet of movement.
Yeah, let's
Because every square is 5 feet generally.
so I can't see the one in the bushes, but I'm
You can
gonna
kind
go
of
up.
see, right?
Oh, can I? Huh.
Yeah, there's a little bit of moonlight coming in here. Like it's not deep dark cave here. Like,
Okay.
you're not
Well,
blind out here.
yeah. I feel like though the first one that I would go towards is the one near Zad.
All right.
And yeah, because he's just the first one I see.
Yeah. You run over there.
Yep.
And cross
And
this light stream. And
yeah, and I don't think that's it. That's all I can
all
do. I
right.
think.
That'll take us to Alva.
Okay, I'm going to attack the goblin right above me.
All right. What are you using to attack?
Quarterstaff.
All right. As you go in for a whack, roll me a quarterstaff attack. Nat 20. I think you rolled a nat 20 on your
Oh.
quarterstaff last time.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, roll
I'd
me some
also like
damage.
to. All right. Okay. Where's the damage?
If you click it in the chat window where it says quarterstaff, under that green 23.
Oh, okay.
For 8 points of damage. What were you gonna say? You'd also like to?
Oh yeah, I'd also just like to call him a bitch before he dies.
Yeah. As he's kind of stumbling, getting up, you just call him a bitch and just whack him right across the face as you hear a crack in his neck.
Yep.
As he falls to the ground. Right as someone who you might actually. Nah, you don't recognize them, but maybe. Nah. Someone steps across the stream, wielding a sword, charging towards this goblin. Right as you do that. Anything else for Alva?
No, that's it for now.
All right, that'll take us to Mel in the bushes.
So Melancholia will peek her head out of the bushes again
Okay.
and sees that nobody's what the situation is, and I guess at this point, how many movement does she have?
That would take up your movement, unfortunately, with your
All of that?
with your arm, because moving through this the brush is difficult terrain essentially. But you could dash and you'd have 20 more feet.
Mm-hmm.
But that would also be your action.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to you. Or you see the goblin there dead, and you see someone else standing over there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And you would hear some grunting from the other side of the brush.
Yeah, sorry. I got a back
No.
issue. I thought I was muted. Sorry.
Don't worry, Callan has back issues too. It checks out. But
At
anything else
this
for
point,
Mel?
she would be ready Toll of the Dead, and if she sees somebody come out of the cave,
Alright. Kind
sit
of
on her.
readying a necrotic spell in case you see a foe. Fair enough. That'll take us to Zadkiel.
Okay, so feeling a bit emasculated.
After you trip into the water and see this woman just like slice through two goblins with one swing.
Yeah, and then he has a little bit of a thing for Alva, and he just crushed the skull of the one that he was
Yep.
attempting to crush the skull, and also mocked him. So he is just gonna march like right up to this last goblin,
Stomp
and
through the
swing,
waters.
stomp through the water, like totally like unpaladin, like just like piss.
Yeah.
And he'll take a long sword attack.
All right. All right, with a 10. As Fang kind of dodges this attack from this goblin, you march over, splashing through the waters. Goblin sees you coming. Go to swing your sword. Goblin deflects it with this really shitty wooden shield that's just like rammed. Like it might have been like a cartwheel at one time. As your blade kind of gets stuck in the wood of it, and you gotta yank it out, and he's just kind of smiling up at you.
And Zad is just going to turn to Isabella and he's going to say, "They ambushed us. Thank you." And that'll be the end of this thing.
All right, that'll take us to Cal.
All right, the dwarven pincushion will 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll take a shot at that one with my short bow. Get sneak attack,
You
short
do.
bow. Oh, damn, we are horrible tonight.
Yeah. If it makes you feel better, I'm rolling horrible too. So
God.
it all evens out.
I'm almost dead, so
Yeah.
you're not rolling that badly.
That's fair. These goblins are almost dead. They just don't know it. With a 7, kind of stumbling and like hurting really bad. miss your shot against the goblin.
All right, that's it. I'm gonna stay right where I am.
Taking us to Fang, who goblin right next to you.
Well, he's gonna not having time to take another arrow out. He's gonna just get his claws out and slash at the goblin.
All right, go ahead and make me a claw attack. You do have a flanking bonus right now, and that's something I kind of glossed over in the beginning. So if you are adjacent to someone, you'll pretty much get a small +2 bonus to hit.
All right.
So we'll
9.
factor that in. 9 to an 11 as you scratch across his armor. Unfortunately, doesn't penetrate his thick hide armor he's wearing.
Well, at least it sharpened his claws.
Yeah, there you go. And anything else for Fang?
He's gonna. No, if I move, he's gonna have an opportunity attack.
All right.
Is he?
Yes, you would. For sure. That'll take us to.
If I jump over him, he's not gonna get a opportunity attack.
He would.
He would still would. Okay, I'm just gonna stay there.
Definitely open you up unless you take the disengage action, which uses.
Oh, for now, I'm gonna stay there.
All right, that'll take us to the goblin. One remaining, seeing more than he anticipated, is going to disengage and start running into the chamber. Yeah, he's running into the cave, taking us to Isabel.
I'm just gonna say coward. I'm just like so mad and pumped up. Just from all the adrenaline going through me, I'm kind of like, I'm a bit disengaged. I have a huge sword, so I've kind of like plucked it into the ground. I'm leaning on it, and I'm just like coward, and I'm looking around, like trying to kind of like eye up everybody who's here, like just get an idea.
Be a good opportunity if everyone wants to describe their characters for Isabel. Good down the line. First off, you'll see Zadkiel. If you want to describe yourself.
Okay, Zadkiel, at this point, he's usually always in the best light. Like he's always like.
I'd say even now, probably a little bit of like bronze light
he
coming
looks,
on.
Yeah, he's like in his best light, but it's like a picture of a good-looking guy that just got the shit kicked out.
But he still looks pretty good while he's doing it.
He still looks pretty good. You know, his nose is bleeding, but he like wipes it in the coolest way, and then kind of flips his hair and it goes perfectly back into place. He has, you would notice in the moonlight, his skin shimmers kind of with like a bronze glitteriness. Yeah, it's almost I hate to say it, but like Twilight.
Yeah.
And also, you would notice that in the dark, his eyes glow.
Fair enough. And does he wear the garb? Is it like
Yeah, currently he's wearing just the typical city guard chainmail.
Yeah, from Neverwinter, just down the road.
Yeah, he has a holy symbol around his neck.
And Alba. Alba?
Alva, yeah.
Alba. Gotcha. I keep wanting to, I don't know why I want to say Albie.
Because of the way it's an Irish name and the spelling.
Alva, I gotcha.
Yeah, Alva. Alva is a druid.
But most notably,
tiefling.
The purple.
A tiefling.
Like lavender tiefling.
She's very lavender and magenta. Her eyes are bright magenta. Her hair is bright magenta. And she's sort of a strong but silent type. She kind of keeps to herself a little bit. But she warms up as she gets to know people.
Well, this is just kind of like at a glance what she sees, but I gotcha.
Hmm.
What about Fang? Fang?
Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good.
So you would see just a really like tall tiger-like creature towering over most folks around, and a little bit bruising. He's get a bit of blood coming from his mouth and from the previous attack before, and barely coming out of the bush.
Yeah, and you've never seen a cat person before. For a few days ago, probably. And about Callan and Mel and Koila.
Ladies first. No. Okay. Callan is I described him earlier as if a pit bull and a fire hydrant had a baby. He's 4 feet tall, 4 feet thick, bushy blonde beard and eyebrows, and he's considered moderately ugly even by dwarven standards.
He's got his own charm, though.
Yes.
And then Melancholia?
Melancholia?
Melancholia.
Melancholia. Yeah, I was working on the spelling. She is just under 3 feet tall, just under 40 pounds. Has antlers with brunette hair and wearing plate mail.
Or it'd
And
be
right now,
chainmail, but yeah.
no,
Heavy.
chainmail, sorry.
armor. Yeah, no, you're good.
And you see her right now just kind of crawling out of the bushes.
Yeah. Fair enough. And that is what you see, Isabel.
Yeah. Can I say something? Like
Yeah,
one
you
last
got
thing, I
6
guess.
seconds of talking, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of look at y'all and I'm just like, what the fuck happened? Like, you guys look like shit.
It's the shiny guy next to you said they got ambushed.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I think like I kind of like I'm laughing when I say it in
Yeah.
mind of what Dad said because like I just can't believe that like y'all look this bad.
Yeah.
Like you're all this beat up. Like I'm kind of like scoffing to myself because like I said I'm a little bit of an asshole. So
Fair enough.
yeah.
Just chilling there essentially because the goblin did run into the darkness beyond.
Yeah, he ran.
Fair enough. Is anyone giving chase to this goblin?
God damn right.
Okay. So we're gonna continue. Alva.
Yes.
What would you like to do for your turn?
All right. Where is this goblin? Where did he go?
You saw him run northward
You ran in.
into the cave.
Okay. That's quite far.
Mhm.
How many feet is that?
The water in the
cave?
cave is deep, so just keep that in mind.
Okay.
You can move 30 feet though. And
All
but if you
right.
keep to the right in the cave, you know that does.
It's around 40 feet in. Give or take.
She doesn't know that.
No, I know.
Now I do.
I mean, you can yell it out.
All right.
Oh, it's in there.
Uh,
6 seconds of time.
I'm gonna move somewhat closer.
All right.
So, oh, I have this. Sorry, I'm getting used to the
You're
different icons,
good. Yeah,
the keys.
you got the measurement tool. That's a classic. Classic. I got the measurement tool on. Happens to
Yeah.
everyone. As you move in a
Yeah.
little bit, you do see him around the bend. Just kind
Okay.
of looks like he's climbing up this cave.
All right. Can I? Can I use my thorn whip again?
You can. He is within range.
All right. So I'm gonna do that.
We'll have a little bit of cover on you.
All right. Oh.
Because he's kind of like that wall there, so you kind of have to bend the whip.
Okay. Sorry. Give me just a second.
Oh, you're good.
Um, right. All right. So Thorn Whip.
21 will hit him, as it seems like every time that there's like an enemy with cover and you thorn whip them, you get him. Assuming you want to drag him back 10 feet.
Yes.
All right, as you do kind of drag him back, and go and roll me some damage. For 4 points of piercing damage. As you would hear a kind of yelp come from within the cave. Anything else for Alva?
That'll be it for Alva for now.
All right, taking us to Mel. And crawling out, and you would see this human woman kind of resting on great sword. Alva goes running in, and you see kind of a little bit of a spell work in there.
So she ends up standing up and going about 15 feet. I think that's as far as she can go. I think standing up takes half the movement, right?
Yeah, so you would technically only be able to move like 10, but I'd say like coming out of the brush, you could have like been in standing position there. That is fine.
Mm-hmm. And she doesn't see anything.
All right. Just kind of taking in what you do see.
Yeah, I think that's it for her turn, because
All right.
she really doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. Maybe take the dodge action in case something does come. As when in doubt, it's never a bad idea.
She'll do the same action of reading Toll of the Dead
Gotcha.
if she sees anybody coming out of the cave.
All right. Fair enough. I'll take us to Zadkiel.
Zad, seeing Elva pull this goblin back, is going to immediately reach back and grab his last remaining javelin and toss it out.
All right. Give me a good old fashioned javelin toss with a 21. Definitely.
Yeah.
For 8 points of piercing as this goblin goes tumbling backwards, seeing your opportunity, launch your javelin just right into his, as he's tumbling into his chest or back. It's hard to tell in the moment, but as he rolls down the steps closer towards the entrance, dead, you would hear a low growl come from within the cave. As we'll hop out of combat there.
Alva would turn and smile at Zadkiel.
That's
Fair enough. Goblins
Isabel's
lying
kind of
about,
like,
yeah.
oh, Isabel's kind of like, nice, nice. Okay, maybe there is something here. I don't know.
Yeah, as you would see that goblin body kind of tumble into the moonlight of the entrance of the cave.
Yeah. I don't show it that I'm too impressed though.
Fair enough.
I'm just like very like nice.
Zad, taking his gaze from Elva, would turn to Isabella, and he would immediately say, "Let me clarify. We are ambushed twice. See, we were here heading towards Phandelver for a job for Callan's. What is it? Your cousin, your uncle, your brother?
Voice removed.
He's my third cousin removed.
Third cousin removed. Gundren. Rock. What's his last name? Rockseeker? Gundren Rock?
Rockseeker.
Yeah. Gundren Rockseeker. And, well, we came upon his horses with some goblinoid arrows. And as we were investigating, we got ambushed. We saw body tracks that we defeated those goblins. We saw body tracks that brought us to the mouth of this cave. We briefly investigated the mouth of the cave. I can tell you there's 3 wolves in there. But then there was a flood, and it knocked us out of the cave. And we tried to get a little rest in outside in this little circuit you see here after we killed the 3 goblins that were already resting there. And
before Zadkiel finished, Fang just jumps in and he speaks to the newcomer in Goblin. He asks her who she is. and
Oh.
where she learned, and it would sound like Mahakal Tamsaret.
Oh.
You just ask
Uh,
her who she is, and
yeah. So, uh, Zad is speaking, and I'm getting like two people are talking to me, and I'm like, and like Isabel's like a bit like she's not used to like big groups like this, so she's like a little bit annoyed. She's like, ugh, and then just talks Goblin, back to Fang, and I'm just like, I'm just coming through. I'm just on my way through here. She's not really saying much.
And Zad finishes after that with, and that's why we look like shit.
Isabel stifles a little bit of a snorty laugh, just because she thinks what's happened is just like to herself. She's like I could have handled these all by myself, easy, because she's like full of herself. But she is very like she's not showing it, but she's impressed by Alba.
And Callan would be going through the corpses, and he yells over to Fang, "Fang, what the new girl say? She seemed awfully friendly with these shites."
Fangs yells back. Fangs actually just goes towards Callan, whispers to him, "I don't fucking know." She was trying to tell them to put their weapon down or something, from what I heard.
I don't know. Her body language didn't say that to me. Keep a fucking eye on her.
Alva would shout over to Callan, "Hey, it looks like you're gonna have a pretty big dinner for tonight."
You start the fire, love. I'll cook them up.
Deal.
Callan, give me an investigation check while you're looking at this.
Thank God.
All right, with a 21, kind of hidden in the boot of one of them, because you would notice it odd. One of them is only wearing one shoe, and kind of not a bad looking shoe. You pull that off, and inside the boot of one, clearly a boot too big for this goblin, you do see a tiny emerald. Not really well carved, but still has some like rock attached to it. But a kind of raw emerald gem in the boot of it.
Thanks for the asshole tax. And I kick the goblin and put the emerald in my pocket.
Fang just turns. You ain't actually gonna eat those bastard, are you?
I'm not hungry right now, but you ever seen a hungry dwarf before? He'll eat the ass out of a dead fucking Tiamat.
You're actually the third or second dwarf I've ever seen ever since I've been here. So no, I haven't.
Well, you're not just the only cat I've seen, so no worries, mate.
Isabel notices the shiny stone, just piercing, just like sort of peering over it just a bit, looking past that quickly, but trying not to be too noticeable about it. Quickly looking back into the cave just to like make sure nobody noticed.
You hear the trickle of water come from within and low growl of some animal. And it smells musty and definitely like dirty, like a wet dog. It smells like a wet dog in there.
Zad will say, well, I could still really use some rest. Maybe we move our campsite a little bit. Or do you think the cat's out of the bag now? No offense, Fang.
Leave.
He's making fun of you, boy.
No, he isn't.
How many more watches do we have? 2 more?
You guys are about
Yeah,
halfway through your sleep.
I say we push through the night where we are.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm just going back to sleep, guys.
Steven, does the alarm once the alarm's tripped, is that it, or does it stay?
It's still there, so technically it would
It
be
just
going
stays
off this
active.
whole time a lot in your head.
Ding 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 ding
Yeah,
ding 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 ding
but
ding ding.
you've probably learned to tune it out when you're getting shot at.
So the alarm's still set. We can go to sleep. We'll find more, and if we get woken up, we get woken up. But maybe next time I won't stick my head out.
So, sorry, who was going to say something? I'll let.
Yeah, that's just gonna say. Well, then I'm just going to resume my beauty rest.
And you can see Isabella in here. They do have a few bedrolls kind of laid out on a kind of behind this thicket is flattened with some planks of shoddy rotten wood, and they have some bedrolls laid out here. And seemingly they were trying to get some sleep.
So I'm kind of eyeing them all up, just like still kind of don't know who they are. But obviously I still have some sympathy. They've been through battle. Zad was yelling my ear off about everything that happened. So I'm like, okay, like y'all can rest, but I'm like, I don't know about you guys. You definitely have to tell me what's going on, like tomorrow. Like I want more info.
Okay.
So I'm near them, but I'm not gonna lay like sleep with them like at all the bedrolls.
I gotcha.
I'm still not convinced. Still,
Kind of like sidle
yeah.
up, sitting
Yeah.
position next to the cave mouth with your sword next to you.
Yeah, near the dead goblin, and maybe before I get to like while I'm getting comfy, I'm just checking that goblin out just to see if it has any hits on it.
Sure, give me an investigation check.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, my sheet. Station.
Find a bag of rocks.
A bag of rocks?
Yep.
Nice. Okay, I'll take
like almost like river rocks, like they've been smoothed. Like there'd be like 4 in there that look like, yeah, they're nice pebbles.
Yeah, would I be able to know if they're worth any money?
No, they're not worth any money. They're rocks.
Okay, yeah. I'm like this is shit. So I look at the bag, I inspect it, and then I just like throw it beside him. It means nothing to me anymore.
Alan sees it and kind of giggles to himself. Well done, interloper.
And with that, you guys continue to try to take your long rest with this woman hanging out around your space. Say no.
Fang's gonna look at her a little bit, see if he can find anything about her. What's her intention?
Are you asking any questions or just like looking at her?
Just looking at her, seeing about like using insight. I'm guessing just.
Yeah, you can give me an
look
insight
at her.
check. Yeah, give a good up and down. With an 11, seems like a capable warrior if nothing else. Unsure what her intentions are. Seemingly unsatisfied with rocks. You would probably notice Fang looking you over.
Yeah. I kind of look at him and I'm just like furrowing my brow a bit, being like, what? It's like a gesture. Don't even say anything. I'm like, ugh.
Fair enough. With some uneasy rest and a couple more watches, I think Fang and Melancholia is taking the other 2 watches for the evening. They do go by uneventfully, and you all can get a long rest. As in order to do so, there should be a long rest button that would just reset your hit points and your spell slots, which is all you need.
There we go.
Does that include me?
We'll say sure,
I
but
wasn't-
you don't need
okay.
anything from it. You're still at full hit points, and yeah, you get the rest of your sleep. And you were sleeping on the Goblin Trail along the way, but heard some noise and figured you'd check it out.
Nice. So
Yeah. But that'll be a good spot for us to take our little 5-10 minute break, as it is
cool.
about that time. So we'll aim for about 35 after. If everyone wants to go stretch your legs, and meet back here in a few.
Cool.
Last we left, there was a scuffle in the night outside of this cave, and waking up feeling a little refreshed, still the stench of dead goblin bodies around, some in the bushes that you hid away in the night, and others lying in plain sight, kind of around the area in front of this cave. One of them still a little bit of blood or like chunks of goblin would come out of the cave every now and then. But yeah, you do wake up in the morning feeling lightly refreshed. What are you up to?
As would wake up, Zad would look over at Callum and say, I suppose we should resume the search for your cousin, my friend.
Aye. We get to kill a lot of fucking goblins too. Hopefully.
Yeah,
How many have we killed so far?
So far?
5?
More than 4.
I think we're up to 5.
At least not.
11 total.
Yeah,
Fuck
I was gonna
me!
say that. There's a there's
Oh, I forgot about the original ambush site. There we go. Yeah.
How many are
3,
left?
4.
So I mean, we're better to just continue killing them, not talk to them. And as he turns and just stares at Isabel.
I kind of look at Fang, but then look back at Dad. I'm like, so wait, who are you looking for? Who what are y'all doing here?
Okay, so it all started with a job. We were to accompany some mining supplies from Neverwinter to Phandelver for Gundren Rockseeker, who is, by chance, third cousin once removed of Cal. Right? Like I said, ambush, bodies, tracks of bodies being dragged towards this cave. Evidence that that Gundren and his friend Sildar, his bodyguard, were the ones who were drugged in this cave, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to find them.
Isabel interrupts you and goes, "Wait, Gundren?
Yes, Gundren.
I know Gundren. I'm like when I was walking up, actually, I noticed his was it his horse? I was a bit confused, so I just started following the path of around where the horses were.
What are you doing?
Gundren back in some back in some bars. Oh yeah, back in some definitely yeah.
Back in some bars, what?
Yeah, we drank a couple times.
And then
Can I call bullshit? Can I figure out? Can I roll a perception or something?
You can give me an insight check.
Insight check.
Isabel, you can give me just roll charisma.
Okay.
And add your own necessary modifiers to that from your character sheet.
So would I just click charisma?
Yeah, just click on charisma.
Yeah.
So Callan definitely sees the truth. What would Callan detect from that statement?
That would be Isabella, right? Not me.
From Isabel. Yeah.
All right.
Oh wait, so what am I detecting? Or is that
No, Callan detected.
okay?
He senses. What does he sense from Isabel from that? because he won that challenge. If anything, from his
Yeah.
foe.
I called bullshit. What's
Yeah.
the bullshit?
Yeah, essentially he's just like not sure if you're telling the truth, so that was to see whether or not you were. And if you are lying, he'll see through that, or if you are telling the truth or trying to persuade him of something, he would not be persuaded, essentially. But so what
Oh,
were there
okay.
any falsehoods, or was there any
So
stretchings, or
okay, so I don't know Gundren, right? Like I've heard, I've been in a tavern, I've heard of Gundren. You were saying saying Sildar, like Hallwinter? If
Yes.
like I'm being honest, I do know of Hallwinter. Hallwinter, I remember him from when I was a kid. And I recognized the horses, and I saw the marks, and I just thought it was best to follow them.
So speaker say, well, whether that's the truth or not, you're a capable fighter. You're welcome to join us. I can't guarantee anything, but if and when we do find Gundren, he may offer you some reward for the aid in his return to Fen.
I'm in. Yeah, I'll come.
Bit too eager, if you ask me, but
Yeah.
okay.
That was really fast. Yeah.
like literally a half a second after Dan finished?
Yeah,
Love
like
it.
yeah, he like I was sure. Yeah, I'll come.
And then, okay, and then Zad will just come up closer and say quietly to her, and will say, "Do not misplace my troops." And he'll walk over to the mouth of the cave, waiting for him.
Sad, give me an insight check. The 6. Fair enough. Nothing. Staring down this mouth of the cave. Water's still kind of not gushing out. The pathway along the right-hand side. But yeah, there's that deep stream going up it. Still hearing. Actually, you probably wouldn't be hearing growls anymore. What do
I
you
think
guys
Fang
do?
and I should take point again. Because we're the quiet ones, and apparently we're the only ones who don't get washed away.
Sorry, Callan. Did you just describe yourself as quiet?
I mean, he hasn't been detected, has he?
Said the fucking goblin lover. Fucking relax, eh?
I'm not the one who eats them.
No. Ask not, want not. Or wait not, what not. Anyways, I think
Fang just ignores them and just goes in a bit further, checks if the wolves are still there.
The wolves are still there, and kind of seeing you approach, they do kind of start to inch your way, low
Gonna
growls.
try to grab the dead goblin that's by the river and throw them at them.
this
All
one here.
Give
Yeah,
me
just
an
right there.
athletics check.
Athletics.
And with a
21.
21, you can easily throw the goblin in there as they start feasting on him.
All right, shall we keep moving?
Wait, hold on. Zad would say to Alba, I saw you speak to those horses before. Perhaps you can talk to these wolves and maybe get some information of the layout of the cave, or who's in charge here, or if they've seen Gundren.
Sure. I can try that.
While she's doing that,
So-
I'm going to cast Mage Armor real quick.
Okay.
Continue.
Alva is going to attempt to speak with the wolves.
All right. As you kind of come into the space there, and you see the wolves tearing up that goblin body, who very waterlogged from the evening. What are you saying?
Okay. So I want to ask the wolves, well, why are you here? What have you seen?
We're here to eat,
Well, we already gave you your food.
and we're eating.
So, can you eat and talk at the same time, or is that too complicated for you?
Give me an animal
Thanks.
handling.
Animal handling?
Mhm.
Okay. Hold on just a second. I'm still getting used to all the different windows. So. All right. Where do I find animal handling? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh, it's an 11. Do what we like.
Thanks, ask Ali. What the hell are you saying?
As you guys would just hear growls, and then you hear, "No, that's my piece."
They're not saying much. They're distracted by the food. Let me try again.
Maybe ask them if they can help us if we free them from the chains.
You're gonna
Okay,
fucking
well-
free what from what?
Calm down. Calm down.
Give her a chance.
All right, creatures. Why don't we make a deal? We'll set you free if you give us some insight into what we're looking for.
Isabel's kind of leaning back, being like, "Really? Like
As you don't understand what is actually being spoken.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you just kind of see her looking at the wolf, and the wolves are, one of them kind of like side eyes her as they're all eating.
Well, maybe even the fact that she's talking to a wolf.
Yeah.
Really? Like we're doing this? Like why don't we just why aren't we just going in and charging? Let's go.
Give me a persuasion check, Alvin.
Persuasion. All right.
Ooh, nice one.
19.
Whoa.
You free us. And you want insight.
Yes. How did you get here?
Pack was captured.
By whom?
Them and like them. Kind of as he's chewing at the goblin.
Mm. Goblins took you.
Whatever you call
Why would
them.
they do that? Why would they do that?
Protection, most likely.
Did you do a good job of protecting them? Because now you're eating them.
They didn't feed us enough.
Can you please update us on what they're saying? They're only growling.
Yes, I asked what they're doing here. They said they were captured by the goblins and that they brought them with them for protection, maybe? I mentioned that they probably didn't do a very good job of protecting them since now they're eating them. And they mentioned that the goblins just didn't feed them enough.
I mean, I guess we scored points then if we gave them to goblins 2 times.
I
guess
suppose so.
They have a bigger
Maybe.
one. Bigger.
You want a bigger goblin?
Smellier. They have one.
That's not
Who
good.
has one?
Yeah,
All right,
there's a
guys,
bigger
we need
one.
to find the biggest, smelliest goblin corpse around.
He's just telling you that they have one. That there is a bigger goblin.
Oh,
He's
where
not
is
saying they
it?
want one. Inside.
Inside the cave.
Isabel, her ears kind of perk up. What? What do they have?
They said they have a bigger goblin that's
Can you
inside.
Can
Huh.
you ask him if that goblin's got two tusks coming from the bottom of his jaw upward?
The goblin you're referring to, does it have two tusks coming from the bottom of its jaw?
It's big. Furry.
Big and furry. They said it's big and furry.
Big and furry. I don't fucking know what that would be.
Would I know what it is?
Give me a history check. I would allow Fang to roll a history check too with that.
So check,
Ooh.
okay.
And same thing for Isabel.
That one?
History check for me?
Yeah, give
He
me a history
definitely
check.
doesn't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you guys don't know what the fuck that is.
Good dog shit.
I mean, Zad's a guard. Would he be able to roll a history check, or are we getting out of control?
Yeah, that's fine.
for Fang, it makes total sense. Not
For
one.
Fang at 100, well, for Fang it would make sense to know this one. Yeah, nobody fucking know.
Wow,
Bigger,
wow.
furrier goblin. No, that doesn't exist.
Wow.
It's probably just some bigger goblin. I don't know. They throw his scraps. Kind of motions towards. You can see at the end of this space here. There is a kind of steep fissure leading upward. And where you can see stones and rubble and bones kind of scattered about the space on the eastern side of the chamber.
Zad would approach Alva and say, just ask them if they know about how many more goblins are inside.
Wolves, tell me, how many more goblins are inside?
Couldn't tell you. They come and go all the time.
They said they don't know. They come and go as they please.
I mean, I would expect a wolf to know how to count.
That too.
So, I mean, do you guys have any more questions? I think we should just free them. But is there a Fang's look if it's a lock that keeps them attached to the post or something? Maybe
If you
around their
look at
neck.
it, it looks like it's just kind of staked into the ground, or staked into a stalagmite.
And no lock around their neck or something.
No, it's just a simple chain wrapped around and tied to, or attached to a stalagmite there. Okay.
Okay, you just gotta go and ask Elby. Can you just ask them if they mind if I just remove their chain so they can go?
Sure. Wolves, would it be okay then if we remove your chains? Are you just gonna go? You won't hurt us.
And the one you're talking to kind of takes a big hunk off the goblin, starts chewing, and kind of leans down. It's revealing its kind of neck before you. Not like in a not that it's bowing. It's just kind of like, yes, essentially.
Isabel kind of looks over at Alva, be like, "We're wasting our time. Why are we considering freeing them? Let's just go."
Zad will
Fang
just
is
put
gonna
his
go
hand up.
slowly and try to remove the collar.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. What did you say you were doing?
Removing the chain from the.
Oh boy! So I'm going to draw my short bow and I'm going to take a couple of steps back.
Fang, give me an animal handling check at advantage.
Advantage.
All right, with the 10. The wolf allows you to remove its chain. It kind of snarls a little bit in your direction, continues chomping on this goblin.
All right. Well, there's one. There's two more. Does someone wants to do the other two, or do I have to do it?
I'll do it.
I say easily enough you can remove the chains from the other two. There's no real check necessary for that.
Yeah.
Isabel turns to Zad and says, "Are we really letting them do this? Like, why?"
Yes.
It is dark in there, Isabel, for sure.
Because it's the right thing.
I just
You
ignores
paladin.
her. And goes. That's a cat.
And I will
Take
say,
Alan.
Alba, while you're over there, you do see what looks to be a fissure going up into the ceiling about 30 feet high. Where you can see a faint bit of firelight coming from it.
Alva would turn to everyone. Hey, I see some light up here.
Light.
Yeah, it almost looks like firelight.
The
Well,
wolves,
if you
the wolves are
kids-
just kind of ignoring you guys, eating the goblins.
Everybody, let's go. Let's go. Let's see what it is.
We can have to go around, but we should be silent. Or at least try to be.
Trust me,
As he
they're
look-
occupied. They don't care.
As he looks on to Zad and Isabel that are both in heavy armor, like just saying as if
And
he knows they're gonna make
melancholia.
noise.
So that's not the fissures. That's not actually. Is that an entrance, or is it just like a crack you can see light through?
It looks like almost like a natural chimney of sorts. Shoots up about 30 feet, and you can see a little bit of faint flicker of firelight as you look up into it. And we'll say Melancholia and Isabel, it is dark in here. So you don't have the best vision.
But we can see the light, right? Like we can see the
You
flickering.
can see that little bit of flickering, yeah. From over here.
All right, let's.
Wow.
Probably best bet, guys, is just to continue up the path. Maybe
Yes.
we'll go back around.
Fine
Yes,
by me.
I imagine the cavern turns around into that space after a bit of elevation.
I mean, it looked like it was yesterday when
Yeah, it
myself
looks.
and Callan looked
Yeah,
at it.
you can see the area does go upward as it starts to have a steep incline up the walkway pathway to the right here, and you would see that even steeper incline on this kind of like rubble strewn passageway heading up across the stream here.
Bang just looks at Callan. So, little man, should we go and again like last time? Hopefully, there's not a flood again.
Sure, you lead the way, kitty man.
All right. Just gonna go up.
I'd like to try to do things stealthily.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, we're gonna
So
go.
Fang and Callan going forward. Is everyone staying back?
Yeah,
I'll
let's
follow.
just say like
I'm gonna
what-
get out of the
or like
river.
a hand signal, like move up. That's how I feel.
Yeah, like we did last. Basically, we're gonna do like we did in the for the traps. Just slowly
Right.
getting you guys up.
All right. And I will say,
All right.
Octavia, I don't know if you remember about your Eyes of Night feature.
I was about to say that. I was just that I do have that, and I could give the sight to other people.
Mm-hmm.
I was just curious why I can't see for that reason.
But you can only do it once per day, and it lasts for 1 hour.
I know I can share it, but I can see either way. myself, can I?
Oh yeah, you do. You do have dark vision 3 feet.
Yeah.
Duh.
It's just if I share it or not.
Right, right, yeah. So you actually have perfect dark vision. I forgot about that.
Thank you.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So just Callan and Fang, or is anyone else going with them?
I'll go with them,
Okay.
even though I really can't see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is dark up there.
Yeah.
So Isabel, give me a stealth check.
Yeah, I'm pretty stubborn, so I say to them like, "Come, I'll come with you."
Oh.
Yeah.
As I hear the clanking of the armor, Fang yells, "Don't fucking move!"
As you yell that out, you would hear in Goblin, blood,
Oh, for fuck's sake!
and I would need everyone except for Melancholia, to give
gosh.
me a strength saving throw, or no, dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity.
And
Oh,
that's just pressing,
Balls.
that's pressing dexterity, right? Under
So
the
next to your ability scores, you'll
Fuck.
see another set of ability scores. It's the same thing, I think, for you. You'll see kind of, to the right under proficiency bonus, you'll see,
Oh yeah, okay.
yeah, right above where you see that bless. Okay.
Whoa, Ashley with the 20.
Uh, double check. I lost it. I believe.
no, it's fine.
Oh, there it is. So you would hear a surge of water start rushing through the cavern here. Callan and Fang this time. I need both you guys to make strength saving throws. All right. And with that, you are both knocked away and swept away by these waters as everyone else kind of clings up to the side or dodges around. Bang. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. Callan, you kind of hold firm enough to avoid taking damage as you are both flooded out of the cavern.
You don't find the irony. The last time it was everyone but us, but now it's just us.
I guess so. But
Fucking hell. Can we maybe avoid that end of the fucking cavern then?
I'll try to climb. There's a bridge up there. I'll try to climb. Last time I couldn't. It was too wet. But between the two of us, I don't trust that new girl. She seems to not really care about others. To just be for herself.
Oh, I froze.
You're good.
Yeah, I think we can keep an eye on her. She
All
acts
right.
kind of funny. We'll toss her to the fucking wolves.
Sounds good to me.
And
All right, so just stumbling back up.
So is this like a flood? Like it's almost someone's releasing like a floodgate?
maybe.
Yeah.
As the water's kind of covering the walkway for a brief moment, but after about a minute or so, the waters do kind of recede back to their normal deep stream.
I turn to the remaining members that are near me, and I say, I think I heard that goblin say blood. some sort of goblin say blood. Has this happened to you guys before?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would
it happened
assume
yesterday.
they have a control of it. Zad is going to move across and check out this little chasm here. But
All right.
in there, no.
As you creep across this little chasm there, this would be, yeah, you would see this kind of passageway of lead upward about 10 feet. And it looks like a tunnel continues up that way.
Zad's gonna come back out and he's gonna kind of give a signal. This way goes up to follow him.
Better than
Okay.
getting watched out again.
Yeah, I was about to say that, but like I said, I'm gonna try. You guys see that bridge up there and across the way? I'm probably gonna try to climb it like last time. Hopefully, I can do it this time.
I think we should follow the fucking big man.
The one that got almost down 2 times yesterday. You sure about that?
Well, not all of us can climb up there, pal. What are you gonna do once you get up there? You're gonna wave at us. You're gonna use
can't-
harsh language.
I can throw a rope. You can climb a rope.
I got stubby legs, so dwarves aren't really meant for climbing, but I could try.
I mean, it's up to you guys.
Well, Zad,
The
as you're
easy way or the hard way?
It's all hard. But Zad, as you're looking up this passage, it does seem to be kind of choked with rubble and a little lightly blocked by steep slopes. But you could probably traverse it.
We'll continue.
I'm gonna follow Zad. We've already tried that way twice and we've gotten swept away.
All right.
Let's try something different.
I'll follow Zad too.
Zad, as you climb upward, being able to see below and above, you do see a snake kind of coiled looking at you with a dark black snake. Well, you don't see colors in your dark vision, so that's all you see is dark black with some sort of pattern around it, kind of hissing up at you, and you would hear the rattling.
And he would stop and he would very slowly try to back up and signals like with his fingers like this. I'll be behind him that there's a snake.
What's your signal for snake?
This.
I was
How's
gonna
that?
ask if I could see that hand
I-
movement, but I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'd say performance checks if we can actually see that it's a snake.
Yeah, as you guys look up and he's doing this snake motion with his, the snake motion.
Mm-hmm.
As,
How long did you speak with animals last time?
I don't know. Can I still speak with animals?
I don't know. How long does it last?
10 minutes, I think it said.
You're the dungeon master. You're supposed to know these
it says
things.
10 minutes. It says 10 minutes in the description. However, the snake is going to bite out at Zad.
Okay.
Getting an 18 to hit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Beats.
I will need Zad to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, I shouldn't have run your mouth.
As he's doing the snake motion, you would hear this hiss as... Fair enough. As you take 1 point of piercing damage and 2 points of poison damage as the snake bites you right in your ankle. Or actually probably right above, because you probably have greaves of some sort on, probably right in the backside of your the area behind your knee. It's got a name.
Can I just cut its head off with my sword?
You sure can. You can certainly try. Give me an attack roll. All right, with a
Yeah.
23. Yeah, you cut that snake's head right off. But as you do, the area where you're at becomes unstable as you go to swing your sword. And I will need I believe it might be a dexterity save again. Yeah, give me a acrobatics check as you feel the area become a little bit unstable. With a 7. And then give me a dexterity check. Or dexterity save, sorry. And kind of feeling that rubble break free, you kind of hop off of it as the snake is dead. And you hop off of it. Alva, you're right there. I need a dexterity save.
Okay.
As rocks
Damn.
come tumbling down. And you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. As rocks tumble and just kind of crack you right in your shin.
Mm.
That just happens. He catches Elva and will pump his 5 points of lay on hands.
Well, she's 10 feet down.
Oh,
So
she's 10 feet
you
down.
were up there on the ledge and kind of hopped off
I
forward to avoid falling yourself. And the rocks rocks still fell onto Alva.
Okay, so I'm vertically above her.
You are still above them. About 10
Would I
10
need
feet up.
to? Sorry, would I need to make that roll too?
No,
So
because Alva stopped it.
Alva said, "Oh,
because she got hit with it.
oh, thanks, Alva."
You're welcome.
Out of character, but
on the floor and put his arm out to try and pull her up.
And you can see, and you do see as you kind of reaching down, kind of get a better look at the area. You do see another ledge, about 7 or so feet up, to the west.
Alva reaches her arm out to Zad.
And easily enough to get up there. Kind of, it does seem as you're up there, it's a little loose footing, but it's stable enough as long as you don't make any sudden movements, like slashing a sword at a snake.
Okay, and as he pulls her up, Zad's gonna lay on hands 5 points.
All right.
5 about. Okay. That's going to continue up this way.
All right. Climbing up. Let me ask you a question. How are you doing this? Describe to me your climb.
He's taking his time, looking for a sturdy foothold, sturdy handle. You know, get a little bit of climbing experience.
All right.
So I would say cautiously.
Cautiously. Fair enough. As you're climbing up, you do see a bit of light ahead, which a little low light as the air in here is a little hazy and a little bit of smoke from looks to be a cooking fire. As you would plainly see a large cave beyond, divided in half by a 10-foot high escarpment. You do see a steep natural staircase that leads from the lower portion to the upper ledge. And The area is pungent from the smell of poorly cured hides, actually, and unwashed goblins. As you can see, several goblins standing around an area, kind of milling about. One of them's kind of poking a fire. As you're climbing up, they all look towards you. And
Isabel.
draw swords.
Isabel whispers, kind of like, "Is can I come up?"
As
Frank starts to him. I don't know. I don't even know what's going on up there. I don't
a
see
couple of
anything.
these goblins reach for bows. A couple of them reach for scimitars. And
Everything all good up there?
Yeah, are we like
trying
10 pounds of shit like packed into a 5-pound bag? Like, are we?
Yeah,
oh, there we go.
You can
Okay.
keep climbing for sure.
Oh, okay.
Well, we can say if you guys want to be up there, you can be.
Yeah.
Isabel, you
our
are
way up.
still stuck at the bottom. Callan and Fang are at that midpoint. Alva, you're about to start climbing as Zadkiel gets himself up there, seeing a hallway heading northward, but this room here, and we're going straight into initiative. As you see them at the same time they see you. The one thing that sucks is you guys can't get up there without Zad moving. Actually, Alva could probably move up there.
I mean, I could probably try to climb around all of them.
So it is like sheer stone, and you could definitely certainly try.
Wait, sorry, am I rolling as well? Just
Yes,
because Mokulia and I
yeah,
are okay.
yeah,
Sorry.
just
And which one is that again?
yeah.
Sorry, what am I rolling for?
The initiative.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
right above your hit points.
Ooh.
Too bad I'm not up there.
Yeah, high is not good unless you're up there.
Yeah, sorry, y'all.
But it is tight quarters, so you can attempt to move by people. It won't be the easiest. So essentially, every 5 feet, every square you move past someone takes up 2 squares worth, or every 5 feet you move through. It's difficult terrain, so it halves your movement through the space. And this is also a narrow space, so it is kind of a little harder. But Callan, you're up first, as you would hear a goblin voice call out, or muttering. You don't really kind of, even those behind Fang, you wouldn't make out what is said, just that something is said in a low, shrill, or a high, shrill voice.
I would try to suck in my gut and my chest as much as possible and be like, "Sorry, love." Try to push past her.
Okay.
And is this a ledge?
It is a ledge.
All right, so that'd be 10.
And that'll be 10 feet up.
So that'll put me right here and put me at my movement.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Oh shit! Look at that. Oh god damn it!
With a 6, give me a dexterity save.
Oh, jeez.
With a 10.
Little gulp.
Yeah. I fall down and crush the tiefling.
You.
Please don't.
I don't want to.
You do cause a. Oh boy, it's in like 3 different places.
What's in 3 different places?
You do get up there, but rocks go tumbling. Do you want to go left or right?
Right.
All right. As you get up there, see Zad, and kind of get behind him. Rocks do go tumbling as Alva need another dexterity save.
Oh,
Ah,
Sorry.
As you take 5 more points of bludgeoning damage as rocks go
Oh.
tumbling down towards you.
these fucking rocks.
But Callan, you're up there.
All right. I'm going to take a shot at that ugly one.
All right, as he's like scurrying around underneath what looks to be a knapsack, grabbing a bow in his hand.
About time.
That'll hit
Mm.
for 7 points of piercing. As he does, just arrow straight to his neck, and he falls. Actually, he's on some steps. He would go falling down the steps. And that'll take us to Isabel in the dark. Unless Callan, you might have 5 more feet of movement if you want.
Yeah, I might want to push. I'm gonna stay put.
Okay. I'll take us to Isabel. You were at the bottom there, so climbing 10 feet up would take 20 feet of movement, and then moving past Fang would take another 10. So if you want to get up there, you can certainly try.
Is there any other alternative routes near there?
There's a pathway going over here, but you can't really. You're in the dark, so you don't see very well.
Yeah, I don't see very well. I don't really like the dark.
You can always light a torch.
Oh.
Y'all, I have a torch.
You do have a tinderbox and a torch.
You know what? I'm hearing all the commotion up there. It's sounding pretty loud. I'm not sure if a torch I should be. Is there light like when I get up there?
You are unsure at the moment. But you do hear more rocks tumbling and sounded like some voices up ahead, but you couldn't make out what they said.
Okay, just with the unpredictability of the rocks, I'm gonna light a torch.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that.
Easy. That would take your action to do so, but you can definitely do so.
Yeah, all right.
Keep in mind, if you're holding a torch, you can't use your... You can always drop it on the ground, but you can't hold your greatsword with it.
And this torch, I think, like, once I use it, that's it? It's used?
It lasts for an hour, so you can preemptively put it out if you want.
Okay. Yeah, that uses my whole action. But I'm able to look around a bit. Is there anything I notice from my point of view?
There's a halfling behind you. And you can see Fang up above you pretty easily now.
Am I able to communicate with Fang?
Yeah, what are you saying?
Yeah, I'm just like, what the fuck's going up on there? What's going on? I can't see anything.
your guess is as good as mine. I don't see anything up there either.
Shit. And that'll be it.
All right.
Yeah.
From up above this escarpment, Zadkiel, you would hear a voice in Goblin call something out. Fang, you'd probably be able to hear this one. What's happening? Is what you would hear. A question. And, oh shit! As a javelin goes flying towards Zadkiel, getting a 20 to hit from up above.
Yeah,
As you take 2 points of piercing damage. Now I'll take us to Fang.
Oh, I'm gonna use the feline agility,
Alright.
and I'm gonna slowly make my way up there, all the way up there.
Alright, pushing past. So your movement would be 60, right?
It doesn't say, but yeah.
It doubles your speed.
Yeah.
So, with that, as you push past Alva, do you want to move left or right?
I'm gonna say left.
Alright. Give me an acrobatics check.
12.
with a 12. You are good. As you nimbly make your way up, pushing past Zadkiel, there is a face to face with a goblin who is pulling out a scimitar as you get up there.
I'm going to, not having time to get my sword out, I'm going to use my claws to try to slash at him.
All right. Give me a claw attack. Nat
24.
20. That is
Ooh.
definitely going to
Nice.
hit.
And
For 11, as he's reaching for his scimitar and quickly pulls it out, as he's about to start swinging toward you, just instinctually just rip his throat right out.
Oh.
Anything else for Fang? You do still have, like, let's say 15 feet of movement.
I'm going to move all the way just right down there in the corner of the room.
All right. And it's not necessarily a corner. There is there's an escarpment to the north where you do make out at least one figure.
I'm going to move right there, and I'm going to hug the wall to make sure if there's someone above me, they can shoot me down.
All right. That'll take us to Zad with Mel on deck.
Zad is going to run up this way and attack the goblin with his long sword.
All right. A 14 just misses as he kind of quickly pulls out the scimitar and just blocks.
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. Taking us to Mel at the bottom there. Seeing
Okay.
Isabel light a torch, and then seeing Fang run up and disappear out of sight.
Mm-hmm. She's gonna try to start to climb, but like she's at the end. So can she squeeze through and
You
start to
can.
climb?
You're small, so that's even easier for you to squeeze through if you want.
Okay.
I'm watching Melancholia go around me. I'm like putting the torch up a bit, just like I instinctively to try and let you go around, but then I realize you're so small, so I just put my arms back down. I'm an asshole, but I'm
Yeah.
awkward.
As you, this would expend 15 feet of movement, Melancholia, and so 20 feet would get you there.
Okay.
And you can see
Cool.
Alva just getting hit with another rock.
Or Alpha.
Sorry.
And I would
Andy?
say also up here you would see that light coming from above, just a little bit of faint light. What's Melancholia doing, if anything?
She just readies the dodge action.
All right, as you
Any other rocks
see,
start to
fair
fall?
enough, fair enough. That'll take us to Alva.
All right. Alva is going to move to the left.
All right, go ahead and give me first an acrobatics check. All right, with a 19, seeing everyone else knock away rocks, you know exactly what not to do. As you come up there, that would take 10 feet of your movement to get up there.
Okay.
And you would see what you see: a couple of goblins in there, a couple of dead goblins, Zadkiel and Fang, and Callan behind you. And you would notice a couple of goblins up on top of this escarpment, barely out of sight.
Okay. Can she use her thorn whip?
Yeah,
This goblin up above Zadkiel.
yeah.
So she wants to shoot past him so she doesn't hit him, but Yeah. Okay, so she's gonna use her thorn whip.
You whip
me see.
around.
Yeah. Sorry.
You're good.
Takes time.
All right. 14 just misses as he
Mm.
flex it with his shield, puts it up ready as you snap on this rusty buckler.
Mhm.
Anything else for Alva?
Mm. Can I only use my thorn whip one time?
Yeah, it uses your action.
Okay.
And you still have some movement if you want to move like behind Callan or if you want to get further into the room.
I kind of want to move a little further into the room.
All right.
How much movement do I have?
You would have 15 more feet left.
Okay. So I'll move right here.
All right. That'll take us to these goblins, who quickly draw blades and see, this one was reaching for a bow. He is going to draw his bow and shoot at Fang, getting a 17 to hit.
That's it.
As you take 5 points of piercing damage. This goblin here, with his scimitar out, is going to kind of just juke around Zadkiel and try and go in for a slash with his scimitar. Getting a 15 to hit.
Miss.
As it clinks against your armor to no effect. From up above, another goblin shoots an arrow at Callan. Getting an 18 to hit. At Callan.
Oh, yep.
As Callan, you take 3 points of piercing damage as arrow kind of nicks your hip.
Where is it coming from?
Up above.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Right above, you'd see
Yep.
Fang. It'd be right above Fang.
Yeah, right
there.
above, like about 10 feet up above Bang. As
Alright.
you probably being so far away, you can kind of see them. And that will take us to Alan. Isabel on deck.
I can't see them on map, but I would like to take a shot at the person who shot at me if I can.
All right, yeah, there's 2 goblins up there. One of them, you can see one of them has a bow. The other one kind of like looking around. But yeah, give me a shot at the one that shot you. He does have a little bit of cover, but you can certainly try. 20 will hit him. As he takes 4 points of piercing damage.
1, 2, 3. Does that put me out of line of sight for them?
It definitely does.
All right, I'll stop there.
As you can kind of make out a little bit of a glimpse down the hall, leading to the hallway, essentially where you guys were. But up. That'll take us to Isabel.
Right. So I'm grumbling a bit.
Yeah.
I just have I'm right at the bottom. I just have a torch. I hear a bunch of commotion going on. I'm trying to hear if I can hear what is being set up there. But I'm gonna try and climb up right now.
Carefully?
Careful.
All right. If you want, I'll let you can slow your movement to give you advantage on the acrobatics check. Or you can risk
Yeah.
it.
No.
All right. So
Yeah,
that'll
we
take
are Murray.
10 feet of movement, so give me an acrobatics check at advantage. You don't even need the advantage. 15 is good enough, and you still have a little bit of movement. Be 5 feet would get you to where Melancholia is, but you could, if you wanted to, use your action to dash and effectively double your movement speed. You can probably get up to the edge of this escarpment there if you were to dash.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna dash just because I'm hearing all the commotion. I'm getting all amped up, hearing
Alright.
it. Oh my!
Carrying that 15 over with your movement as you're being extra careful moving by a halfling friend there, seeing the space here, and that is your action and movement. And you don't have any bonus actions that you can do that would be effective right now.
Yeah, one question. When
Yeah.
I put away my torch and bring back my sword, is that gonna be an action in itself?
No. So essentially what you can do, you can always drop an item for free that costs nothing. And essentially you get one item interaction. This can be drawing a weapon, stowing a weapon.
Okay.
The only thing about that, like equipping a shield takes a full action because you gotta like strap it on. So yeah, you can drop your torch next time and pull out your sword for free. That'll take us to Yemek. Bang, right above you. In common, you would all hear. Actually, first you would see the form of a human beaten and bound. Somewhat familiar to all of you as Sildar Hallwinter. Being dragged by this goblin and kind of put in front of him with a knife to his neck. True, sir, this one dies.
Sad will go out. Truce.
Is he speaking? Sorry, is he
speaking in
speaking
common.
goblin?
In common.
Common.
Oh, he's speaking common. Okay.
Most goblins know common.
And what is the terms of this truce?
Well, that's what he's doing. Is anyone reacting to this in a negative way?
Would I even hear it? Because I'm down the hall.
How far away are you? Yeah, you would hear it. And even Melancholy would hear it too.
No, not anything violent. Thing Bang just said, and Bang, just to make sure that the goblin understand, he asked them the same question that Azad said, but in the actual goblin.
So is anyone doing anything? Essentially, if we want to continue combat, or if anyone has any desire to continue combat, or if you're willing to lay down your arms. Or not lay down arms, but if you're willing to talk.
Definitely willing to talk. I don't know if this would be a perception check. To see if there's any sort of like tattoos or symbols that I can recognize on any of the goblins or around. I just don't know if I can see that far.
That would be a perception check. So
okay.
We can hop out of initiative. You can give me a perception check.
Yep. Okay.
You don't recognize any tattoos or any symbols or anything like that. And Mel, if you want to climb up, you can as well, kind of getting up there with the group.
Oh, thanks.
Hearing this, the other goblins kind of stand there ready, but not aggressively.
The Fang just moves back and just looks up, and again he asks them the same question that Zadkiel asked him, what's the term? But in Goblin, to make sure that the Goblin understands.
He'll speak in common, or he'll speak in Goblin. Yemek has a proposition for such powerful friends.
I look at Faye.
He said that in
I know Faye. Because I understand goblins.
Okay, and what's your position? I've got one for you. after ever heard yours.
And they're speaking in Goblin?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. At this point,
Goblin.
What are you guys hiding from us then? If you have to talk in their shit language.
Speak common. Do we all hear? Or we
Yimik was speaking common until this one spoke in our tongue.
Yeah, I spoke, but so that I'm sure you understand what I'm saying.
Yimik
I
understands more than you know.
I turn to the group and I say, he's trying to reason with him. And then I turn to the goblin and I say, like please, there doesn't have to be any more violence. And I'm eyeing up the figure, a bit worried.
There's always violence. Yimik has a proposition as he was telling this one. This cat.
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
You want this one? And kind of motions towards this human who's beaten and unconscious at the moment.
Zad looks him straight in the eyes and nods stoically.
Yimik wants something too.
Yeah, and I want a pair of solid gold pants, but I don't know if I'm getting it. Where's Gundren? Are you fucking deaf?
And he kind of squints towards you. This is about this one. Do you want him or not?
Tell us what you want.
Yimik wants Clark gone. Gone from this cave. Gone from this world.
Who's Clark?
Clark happens to be big and smelly.
Clark is big and smelly.
Lots of fur.
Have you met him?
Heard about him in passing.
Clark takes claim over this cave. He doesn't know how to lead.
Okay, so you're giving us your word that if we get rid of that Glarg, that one goes free. But we've also need to know where our dwarf friend is. He was with that human.
One deal at a time, cat.
I ain't doing fuck all until I know he's all right.
I tell Kellen to hold his horses.
And you would
You can
see,
fucking
you would
hold your
see
own horses.
Yimik
That's my kin.
start to poke into Sildar's back.
I turn and go, wait. Okay. Tell us where he is. And we'll get the job done.
Yimik will talk more after your job is done. Smiles ear to ear at you all.
Fang tries to motion to Callan all the way down if he's able to get a shot right at on the Callan's head.
I can't do I'm not an assassin. I won't get a crit shot, so.
No,
It's pretty
not a
much
crit,
everyone has like there's this tense moment. All the goblins are like, they look like they're ready to jump, just waiting for the moment.
Like he's not asking you to do it. He's asking if you can do it.
I can kill them all, boyo. I don't fucking trust these things as far as I can throw them.
Listen, there's
No, there's a
nothing.
way to.
If you could
There's a
kill
way
us,
to
your
do-
friend would be dead.
I think
There's a
he's
way-
dead.
As would you.
There's a way to deal with these ones without losing another life. I'm sure your cousin Gundren would not be happy knowing that you got his bodyguard and friend Sildar killed because of your temper. Now, let's go find Glarg. And Zad,
So, the last thing Bang looks up. So, what makes us know for a fact that you will keep your word?
Emic doesn't lie.
In my experience, goblin are lies through their teats.
The experience of a cat.
Bang, I think we're gonna have to cross the line. You can't reason with goblins. I think we're outnumbered here.
Bang just sighs and just moves away.
So I turn to Zad and back it to the goblin and I say, where can we find this target?
On the other side of the cave. Past the flood cave.
Right? Is there a way we can get around the floods? Will you let us through?
Go over the bridge.
Oh. I'm sorry, my vision sucks.
I saw the bridge. I went around the corner. There. Y'all
Yeah.
fucking lost your minds. You're going to fucking do something for this little shite. Let him take over, and he's killed my cousin more than likely.
If it was for me, Kellen, I would shoot him right in the head. But Mr. Goody Two Shoes right there, Paladin in front, just doesn't want to risk it.
And you would hear
Sadly-
some light laughter as you exit this cave.
Zad would just turn down and he would say, I understand your anger, but one way to guarantee that your cousin is dead is to not tread carefully. We'll have our chance.
I'm going to hold you personally responsible, church boy. If
Oh,
I
so-
fucking end up doing all this for this fucking shite and put him into power and my boy's dead, we're going to have words.
You have my word.
Fucking A.
You will have a blood.
Fucking storms off in the direction of the bridge.
As we're going off towards the bridge, I kind of look back at the goblin and the whole scene, and just like with worry, and I keep going forward.
Goblins
As they
kind of
walk-
trying to tend to their wounded or dead.
Yeah. As Fang walk, he's a bit stumbling because he only got 3. He's a bit stumbling around,
Yeah, Zad's
holding the walls.
about to cross the bridge. He's just going to healing hands himself.
All right. As you exit this cave, heading backwards towards this bridge, overlooking an area where you had been before. That'll be a good spot to end tonight.
Ah,